Welcome, everybody. Greetings, Ronnie. How is everyone doing? How was everyone's weekend? What else? I saw you guys last Wednesday, and that's when we talked about that Yod Central. Yod. So much shadow side turning into inspiration. Let's see who's here today. Feel free to say hello. Let us know where you're joining from, how your weekend was, whatever's going on in your world. Susan says hi, Jackie and all. Darla's up on the couch already. Jessica, good morning from chilly Massachusetts. Yeah, it's chilly here too. Don't remind me. If you're new to me, my name is Jacqui Mancuso. I'm joining you guys from Northern Illinois, where we just finished our Indian summer, and right now it's like 40 degrees outside. That's all I have to say about that. Rochelle, blessings. Thank you. Melinda says, hello, everyone. Christine, happy Monday, lovelies. Patty, good morning. Greg, good morning. Jackie, good morning, friends. Beautiful. Did you change your profile picture, Greg? Susan says it's cold in Virginia, too. To me, that feels like southern. It feels like it should be warm all year in Virginia. I was outside yesterday and it was like 50, and I was thinking that this could be my winter. Like, if this was my winter, I'd be so happy. But like that -10 BS, no, not for me. Melissa from Denver, good morning, and had our first frost Saturday morning. Changing seasons. Christine, chilly here and loving it. Sometimes, you know, to each their own. Eliza, buenos dias. Jackie and everyone, welcome. Carol, good morning. Same chill in Southern Ontario while celebrating Canadian Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, Carol. I did see that on the calendar today. Tara says, good morning. Welcome. So while we're settling in, we're going to talk today about Venus entering Virgo, but I just want to let you guys know what's coming up in the next few weeks with me, because the answer is absolutely nothing. I'm here today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, and then on Wednesday afternoon, I'm leaving for a 10-day silent meditation retreat, and I am beyond excited to just go sit with my own inspirations and being. And then when I come back, I'm going to take a few days to myself to integrate back into real life, and then I'm going on a trip with my husband for a few days. So I'll be gone pretty much until November after today. Just to let you know. My YouTube channel is always there. You can go watch replays. I'm sure if you just scroll to a random oracle reading and click on one, it'll be exactly the message that you need to hear that day. And then to supplement, because I know a lot of you guys are in this routine. You're like, oh, it's 8:15 or whatever time it is for you. So Bonnie, our lovely friend who helps us in our spiritual community, the group that I started on Insight Timer, she has put up a whole bunch of group meditations that are live at this time throughout the weeks that I'm gone. So if you want to come and still collaborate with your friends and your spiritual community, just check out my group. If you go to my Insight Timer profile page, the group is right there. Just click on it. You can join it. Bonnie always puts the Oracle card recaps in there anyway, so it's like a twofer. And then, yeah, she's hosting the meditations. And it's all just, if you've never done a group guided meditation on Insight Timer, essentially what happens is that y'all come to the room, the meditation room, in the group at this time, 5 minutes ago. And then the meditation starts right on 8:15. So be there on time, be ready, and then you meditate, and then there's a group chat. So it's pretty much like this. Instead of me being live, it's just a recorded meditation. They're not all mine. Bonnie picked a few. I think one of mine are in there, her favorite one. But there's other ones like Shamanic Journeys and a Violet Flame meditation, and the one from me is a Releasing Guilt meditation. But then, yeah, and you guys can chat and check in and all that stuff. So I just wanted to let you know that that's available while I am not live. Hi, Bonnie. Danielle says, Danielle from San Francisco here. Good morning. Good morning. Lucy says, thanks, Bonnie. Love it. April, it's so fun. We are all together and can chat with each other. Yeah. And then who knows, if this goes well, it might continue. I don't want to put words in anyone's mouth or anything, but that's what's happening. So today we are, hello Anik. Anik says good morning, Jackie and friends. Today we're talking about Venus entering Virgo. So Venus is already in Virgo. She walked in there about 12 hours ago. Late last night, Venus stepped her toes into Virgo. She's going to be there from October 8th until November 8th. So 1 month. And then I was looking ahead, she's going to spend about a month in the next sign and a month in the next sign. And, she moves pretty quickly. And then I was looking at Venus's previous placement. So she just left Leo. She was in Leo for 4 months. So that was a pretty long stint of our love, our values, Venus, in Leo. The reason why she was in Leo for so long, for 4 months, is because that's where her retrograde phase happened. So she walked in, she reviewed a whole bunch of stuff, and then she moved forward, and now she left. So Venus is the planet, I call her the divine feminine, but she represents what we love, what we value, what we attract, and she also represents money, right? What we value. And her retrograde through Leo, I'm just going to touch on this because it's a big deal. Her retrograde through Leo helped us review what we value. Retrograde is about review, reflection, stepping back, looking inwards. So we've been reviewing our values, especially in regards to our own heart, because Venus retrograde happened in Leo, and Leo rules the heart. So we may have a new view now that Venus has been direct for some time, and she finished her time in Leo. So we might have a new way of approaching how much love we choose to give and how much love we choose to receive. We may have redefined or evaluated, right? Noticed what kind of love we're attracting. Venus attracts. Is it the love that we want? Are we attracting the type of things that we want? And if so, great. How do you continue to attract more of that? And if not, what beliefs can we change to attract the love that we desire? Because ding, 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 here's the key to life. It's all in your mind. It's all a belief. So now that Venus is in Virgo, we may be just a little bit more analytical with our hearts, because Virgo is very detail-oriented. The energies of Virgo are very particular, and Virgo has gotten a bad rap of being the perfectionist. So this may be a month, October 8th to November 8th, maybe a month of analyzing Virgo, what we value, Venus. So analyzing what we value in multiple areas of your life. What are your personal values? What qualities do you value within yourself? What do you value in your home? In your daily routine, your daily work? What do you value about your time? What do you value about your public image, Knowing which house or houses Venus will be transiting through your own chart for this next month can help you identify which areas of life are asking to be analyzed or that are most receptive of being analyzed, especially regarding what you value in those areas. So if you know what I'm talking about, feel free to check out your birth chart, your own natal chart, and just look for Virgo. On the outside rim, Virgo is the M with her legs crossed, and then go from the outside in and see which numbers are on the inner circle. Those are the houses that she is in charge of in your life, but that's where Venus is going to be transiting. If you've never looked up your own birth chart, it's pretty simple. It's not easy to read. It's simple to obtain, but it's not that easy to read. But today we're just focusing on one little bit. I use the website astro.com. It's like you're about to type astrology, but you just stop at astro. And you need the date of your birth and the location, so just the town where you were born. But to get this specific house placement, you do need the time of your birth. For things like this, for like general inquiries, like, oh, what house is Virgo in charge of? That's when, you know, if you're one of those people that are like, I think I was born around 11:15, I don't know. That can give you a general, okay, like go ahead and use that guessed time. But if you're trying to look at exactly the exact degree of what transit is happening and how it's impacting your personal chart and how you relate to other people, it's really, really beneficial to know the exact time that you were born. So I recommend if you have a guess of your time, just use it with a grain of salt. If you don't know for sure what time you were born, you know, like everything happens for a reason. There's a reason why you don't have that detailed information. I don't know what the reason is, but just keep in mind when you're looking for astrology answers, how detailed of an answer are you looking for based on how much detail do you have in the information that you're bringing to get the answer. Does that make sense? So whatever houses Virgo holds in your chart, that's where Venus will be transiting for the next month. And that can give you an idea of what area of your life wants you to dive into what you value in that. So just as an example, my whole 7th house is engulfed in Virgo. So for the next month, I'm going to be digesting and analyzing what I value in my partnerships, right? Not only marriage, but partnerships with one-on-one friendships, relationships that I have with people or places or things, or the relationship that I have with myself. Hope that helps. In addition, when Venus enters Virgo, which has already happened, but today, tomorrow, Venus is forming an exact opposition with Saturn. So it's like Venus walks into this new sign and then like, oh, he's staring at me. Like right away, Saturn is right across the sky, 180 degrees. Saturn is father time. He feels like a disciplinary parent. And when Saturn opposes something, it kind of stops you in your tracks. And it's just that like, whoa, that it's like such a heavy feeling of responsibility sometimes with Saturn oppositions. So I see this as Saturn, the disciplinary parent, watching innocent, loving Venus, his daughter, from across the room. And I don't know if like actual mythology has any relation between Saturn and Venus, but that's how I see it, is father-daughter. But it's like he's watching her from across the room, just keeping his eye on her. Like make sure, you know, shaking his finger, but not in like an asshole way, but just like, you better watch out. And Venus wants to please her elder. So I feel like as she walks into Virgo, she has this understanding of, okay, I'm going to be responsible while I'm here. You know, I won't let you down, Saturn. I got this. So as she moves through the sign of Virgo, she's going to be walking away from that Saturn opposition. So that will lighten over the next week, pretty much. And then for the next month, she's going to be entering a Neptune opposition. So that won't be until the start of November. But I just feel like the transit of Venus through Virgo starts with pretty dense energy, pretty responsible, like, damn it, I really got to look into this. Like, I should really figure out what I value, even though we don't use the word should here, but that's what it feels like to me. And then as she walks through, it gets a little bit lighter and dreamier because she's going to have that opposition with Neptune that we'll talk about in the beginning of November. Happy Monday, Lynn. Nice to see you. And then lastly, I wanted to touch on one last aspect with Venus. Not an aspect. But right now, the planets Venus and Mercury are in this thing called a mutual reception. So what that means is that Venus and Mercury are in each other's sign of rulership. So Venus rules Libra and Taurus, but Venus is the ruler of Libra, and that's where Mercury is. Mercury is the ruler of Virgo and Gemini, but Venus is in Virgo right now. So they're in each other's signs. So what happens is that they strengthen each other and they support each other, and it's almost like they enter into a partnership. Like, hey, I'm working with your tools and you're working with my tools, and it's like it's a mutual reception. It feels good. So as you analyze your values, Venus moving through Virgo, your mind rebalances itself by seeking harmony and equilibrium, Mercury in Libra. So it might seem a little daunting to have to do some more analyzing, especially after the sun has already left Virgo. I thought we're done with that. I thought we're done with the analyzing. But this is about like getting clear on what you value, because I love the word value. And this has been like strong in my life for the last couple weeks. But as a Taurus rules the second house of what you value. I am a Taurus. It just feels so strong. Like once you know where your values are, it's easier to decide what actions to take because you can lead with your value. If you don't know what you place your value in, that's where you can get into that people-pleasing tendency. And you just do like, oh, well, what's the path of least resistance? Like, what's going to cause the least amount of disharmony in my life? So we are going to use 2 different decks today. We're going to ask the first deck, which values are asking to be analyzed while Venus moves through Virgo. And we're going to ask the Sacred Medicine Oracle deck, which values are asking to be analyzed. Let's see, Christine has Venus moving through 7 and 8 for me. So the same, partnerships, relationships. 8th house too, Christine, is all about your shared resources. Codependency stuff can come up, like how are we relying too hard on each other? Themes of intimacy in the 8th house as well. What type of intimacy do you value? Emotional intimacy, physical, you know. Suzanne says, mine is in the 12th house, so Virgo is holding your 12th house, so you might be analyzing what you value about dissolving beliefs. Like why do you let go of your ego? Why do you allow yourself to look at your shadow and let go of the fear? Elisa, 3rd and 4th house. 3rd house is all about your beliefs, right? So what beliefs do you value? What beliefs have brought you to the highest expression of yourself? 4th house is your home base, your private life, the place that you can let your hair down. Sweat. I want to get this. I love new names. Swetasrini. Did I say that right? Venus is in the 1st house for me right now. What do you value about yourself? Your personality, your ego, how you choose to show up in this lifetime. What do you value about yourself? Karen, 4th house, home, privacy. Wendy, 5th house. What do you value about your creativity? What do you value about your joy, your pleasure, your sense of fun, your inner child? How do you create? Good morning, Melinda. 9 and 10 for you. 9th house is the esoteric spiritual philosophy. What do you value about your worldview? What do you value about exploration? External exploration and internal exploration. 10th house is your obligations, your routines, your structures. What do you value about your box that you've created for yourself? How do you keep yourself on schedule, on track? Where are your values around having those limits and boundaries? Leah, 6th house, what do you value about your daily routine? What do you do when you wake up in the morning? What does your first hour of your day look like? How many times are you looking at that phone before you get into yourself? What do you value about your health? 6th house is also health, mental health, physical health. Melinda, could you quickly say again how to find that one aspect in your chart? So today we're just looking to see where Virgo is in your chart. Oh, cool. Great. I'm glad I said your name right. So the chart is the whole circle. Virgo is somewhere in there. So just look for the M with her legs crossed. That's the glyph for Virgo. And then you can go to the center and see which houses are touching Virgo. That's where Venus is going to be transiting for the next month. Bonnie is also 9. Alyssa, the 7th. Yeah, your relationships. What do you value in your relationships? Joy, where is Virgo in your chart? That's where Venus is transiting through right now. So that's where Venus is actually moving in the sky right now, is in Virgo. What house is that for you? You're welcome, Leah. Ronnie, fascinating, mixing with my profession, astronomy. That's great. Yeah, I've never dove into astronomy. You know, I assume that I know some of it because of the astrology, but it's like, I don't know. Cool. Chris, 4th house, yeah, privacy, home, your roots, your origin. Synovia, 12, talked about that. S, Virgo touches my 11th and my 12th. What would that mean? So Venus right now is transiting through your 11th house. 11th house is like your hopes and dreams for the future, right? What do you value about where you place your goalposts? 11th house is also about your community, your society. What do you value about the people you're surrounding yourself with? And then 12th house, again, we have a lot of 12th house people right now. 12th house, what do you value about letting go? Why do you value dissolving limiting beliefs? Awesome, Joy, 9th house. So Virgo will be transiting through, or I keep interchanging those words today. Venus will be transiting through your 9th house of philosophical exploration. What do you value about being able to explore? Hi, Jackie, and hi, Nikki. Ronnie, I have not done too much with astrology, so glad to be here. Glad to have you here. I think, yeah, we're gonna go to the cards. If this stuff is super interesting to you guys, I do offer natal chart readings, personal, like one-on-one natal chart readings. My website is in my Insight Timer bio. I told you guys, I'm going out of town for the rest of the month, so my appointments aren't until November, so I'm a little backed up. But if you're just curious to see, like, what's happening with your chart right now, like, why is my life going nuts in this area? When is this going to be over? All of that, hit me up. Thanks, Christine. She says her readings are amazing. Ronnie says, I've seen all the planets through telescopes and our team knows the constellations in depth. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I bet you can digest my information in a deeper way and vice versa. That's pretty cool. All right, so what values are asking to be analyzed? And we are pulling from the Sacred Medicine Oracle. We're going to do a group reading. We always do group readings here, so feel free to send your energy into this deck. Tuning into Venus or tuning into your higher self, source, whatever guides you want to work with, your highest guides, and asking for messages that resonate with your highest self regarding the values that are ready to be analyzed. The rest of the month, Anik, yeah, I'm going on a meditation retreat. And I'm like beyond excited. And then when I come back from that, I'm going on a trip with my hubby. So that'll be nice. Thanks, Greg. He says they're fun readings too. Yeah, I'm lighthearted. I'm a jokester. I've never taken anything seriously. And it got me in so much trouble as a kid. Everyone got so mad that I wasn't afraid of consequences. April, who takes care of the doggies while you're gone? I love this dog. She makes you relax. Yeah, Darla's the best. Well, when I go on my retreat, my husband will be here to take care of the dogs. And then when we go away, we have a friend who just lives here while we're gone. So it works out beautifully. Yeah, that's Darla. So Darla's gonna be 9 in under a month. And we love her. We got her when she was 3.5, and we picked her out from the website because she was our first dog, and we got her even before we lived together. So we like babysat her back and forth for a month, and then we bought our first house. But she has 3 legs. So that's why we saw her and she was missing a leg, and we're like, oh my God, we have to give her a home. And then we went to go pick her up, and we got to the center, you know, like we had to make an appointment to go see her, and we got there and we're like, yeah, we're here to see Darla. And they were all quiet about it. Like, you know that she's missing a leg, right? We're like, that's why we're here. So it was interesting to like grasp that concept that some people wouldn't want her because of that. And we were like, oh, she needs more love. Let's take her. Yeah, she's the best. She came on the retreat when I hosted that retreat in March. Here, I'll let you guys see her face a little bit more. She's a Australian cattle dog mix. She's a blue heeler mix, and we don't know what else with. Okay, I could talk about her for days. All right, which values are asking to be analyzed? I'll show you the backs of the 3 cards. So you're going to see the same image 3 times. You're going to see this image over and over and over. But then let us know if any of the cards call to you in any way. And if none of the cards call to you, then the whole reading is for you. So here's the back of card number 1. The back of card number 2. And the back of card number 3. Let us know in the chat which card or cards might be calling towards you, if it's none, if it's all, if it's 1 or 2 of them. And I'll show you one more time the back of card number 1. The back of card number 2. And the back of card number 3. Which values are asking to be analyzed? Thanks, Blood Swan. Love to you too. All right, Bonnie's working with 1, Susan 2, Melinda 2, Patty 2, Patty 2, Cynthia 3, Blood Swan 3, Melissa 2, Marlene 1, Joy 1, Leah 1, Kim 1, Christine all 3, Rochelle 1 and 3, Greg all and 3, cool. Anique 2 and 3, Nikki 2, S 2, Elisa 1 and 3 I think, but none are jumping out of line. They usually do. Interesting. Alyssa 1 and 3, Lynn 1, Chantel, none are calling to me today, so it must be all 3. Danielle 1, Carol 1 and 2, Blood Swan the puppy on the couch has conked out totally. Yeah, she's in another dimension. Jacqui 3 and a little of 1, Jessica 2, Melise, what does Venus and Sag in the 11th house mean? I've exhausted my astrology talk today, but if you want to book a reading with me, they are donation based also. So check out my website in my Insight Timer bio. I was going to quiz you guys. Something made me want to quiz you guys. My teacher quality is coming out. So her birthday is November 3rd. What's her sun sign? November 3rd. What's her sun sign? She's a Scorpio. Yeah, she's a Scorpio. She's very intense, very intimate. She will give you all of her tongue deep in your ear. She loves it. She's all about the, yeah, she loves it. There you go. April says, oh, in Japan, Cultural Day, the day to honor all ancestors and reborn from karmic life. That's so cute. I didn't know that. Love that. Thanks, Rochelle, for your donation. I appreciate it. Susan, my dog is November 4th. Love it. Birthday buddies. Her sister upstairs, she's 1111. So I got 2 Scorpio ladies in the house. And a Pisces boy. All right. Which values are asking to be analyzed? Card number 1 is card number 27, reclamation, home. Am I saying that word right, guys? Reclamation? For so long, you have searched for belonging, a space that feels like home to your spirit and your heart. Separation and disconnection are a result of the flawed systems in our society, and there are times when the connection to our belonging is fractured through traumatic life, familial, and ancestral events. Your desire to belong is an inherent part of this human experience. There is no shame in the journey you have been on to find a safe connection where you feel accepted and seen. Today, this card calls you home to the very land that birthed you. Feel the vibration of the trees, the scent of the plants, and the movement of the animals welcoming you back, reclaiming you as you remember the land. This space is also filled with ancestral family that nourishes you more deeply than you ever thought possible. The energy of belonging moves through the cracks and broken parts of your sacred connection, mending the layers of what has been damaged and bringing you back to wholeness. What feels like home to you? Who feels like home to you? Focus on these aspects so that the energy of belonging may settle into your bones with comfort and nourishment. Feel the open arms of spirit and your ancestors welcoming you deeper into yourself. You are seen, you are loved. This card feels like 4th house to me, especially with all the people saying that they have Virgo ruling their 4th house. This is coming home to yourself. So what values are asking to be analyzed? What feels like home? Where do you feel like you belong? There's 2 ways to ask yourself that question. Like, when you belong, when you feel like you belong, where are you? What brings you that feeling? How can you bring more of that sense of belonging through your daily life, through wherever you go? How can you carry your home inside with you? This card suggests to reconnect with nature, and that can help you regain that sense of home. And I also love how much this card talks about how society has separated us and helped us feel disconnected. I'm all about that. I'm all about detaching from society and doing my own thing. But yeah, if card number 1 resonated with you, it's time to analyze what you value about belonging. Having a place to retreat with yourself and with others, right? Like, this to me feels like you're carrying your home with you. So whether you're alone, or if you're in a group of like-minded people, or if you're in a group of freaking strangers, you still have that home center. Joy says, absolutely. April, you are saying that correction, but super interesting that this is reclaim statement in Latin. Reclaim statement. Can you make a statement about what home is and reclaim that? Anne, this has made me cry a lot. So apt at the moment. Sending you love, Anne. Joy is on a walk right now. Beautiful. Yeah, touch those leaves. Suzanne says, wow, I just joined for this card, and my 4th house is also in Virgo. That's where Venus is moving through for the next month, helping you reanalyze your values. April, I love that. Retreat, rejoin, reconnect. Yeah. Kim, I'm a Cancer. This touched so deep today. Going to have to go on a hike today and ground myself. Yeah, cool. Bonnie, I've really connected in my new home. Recently been concerned about it, that it will feel like it's slipping as the weather turns. So I'm trying to dig into the inside of my home too. I love that, Bonnie. And I get what you're saying. And particularly the line, to feel it in your bones. I need to feel that at the moment. Feel it deep in my bones. And yeah, I was just reflecting on that too. To feel like you're home, to feel it in your bones. That's coming home to yourself. Greg, totally reclaiming belonging lately. Yeah. Go, Greg. Suzanne, I'm also going to visit the land of my birth this coming weekend to see family and the eclipse. That'll be great. I hope this is correct, Chandra. I'm a Virgo sun in the 9th house. Today, so we're talking about all this Virgo stuff because Venus is transiting through Virgo. Venus is about to move through the sign of Virgo. So if that is for you in the 9th house, Venus is about what we value. So she's going to be moving through your values of 9th house, travel and exploration within and without. And if Venus is transiting over your sun, that could be a whole thing about how you value yourself, how you value your light. Rochelle brought tears to my eyes. I love that card hit home with so many. Let's see what cards 2 and 3 bring. Card number 2, which values are asking to be analyzed? Card number 8 is ancestral love, tending. The many ancestors of your lineage come forward to remind you that you are surrounded by the love of thousands. With their hearts wide open, they offer you waves of compassion to inform your belonging. Have you ever felt like you do not fit in? Does generational trauma keep you from knowing the truth and depths of your identity? The ancestors remind you that you are not made up of percentages of your heritage. You are whole as you are. If there are moments where you grieve what has been lost, please know that your ancestors hold you in tenderness. They call you home to yourself. Can't make that up. They call you home to yourself and remind you that nothing is ever gone. There is deep wisdom of those who came before you that floods through your veins. It is the highest vibration of love. Watch for animal medicine, songs, scents, synchronicities, and other ways your ancestors are showing up. Pay attention to each message, as the veil is thin and their communication is vital for you to hear, absorb, and surround yourself with. You are never alone. You belong. Lean on their love to uplift and affirm you. So how much do you value your family lineage? How much do you value your ancestors? How much do you value the wisdom that can be found through your ancestors? And, how do you connect with your ancestors? I do it through meditation. I do it through the astral plane, because in the astral plane, time and space doesn't exist. You can connect with whoever you want when you're there. How much do you value the life that your ancestors created for you? Joy says a lot of strife in this world and surrounding ourselves with the people and places that bring comfort. I love it. Anik, Susan, wow. I'm going to say this again. Swetasrini also says, wow, according to traditional Hindu calendars, until this new moon is the time of paying, I don't know that word, to our ancestors. Paying homage to our ancestors. Such a perfect time to get the ancestral love card. Oh, that's great. This is the time. Yeah, and here's your reminder. Jessica, wow, as well. Oh, Christine and S, love that about the Hindu calendar. Suzanne, lineage is so complicated for me. As an adoptee, I just include them all. And that's exactly what that card was saying as well. Even us, who do know where our parents came from, it said, you're not a percentage of this. You are all of it. And we are all of it. The adoption thing, blows my mind. I don't know why. It's always been interest to me. Anytime I get that, I just want to like dive into that. It's so interesting. But it doesn't matter because we are all everything regardless. Like, even though I'm of Eastern European descent, like other lifetimes could have been spent in the other places, and like who knows what's real about our history and everything. So it's just easier to sometimes. We are all everything. Oh, that's cool, Lucy. I'm creating a business that's based on my great-grandmother's recipes, 160 years old. They don't make them like they used to. People don't cook like they used to, just like they don't make music like they used to. They don't make movies like they used to. Greg, remember to include your spiritual ancestors too, not just the bloodline. And if that's the case, the spiritual ancestors, it's literally everything. It's everything. We all came from everywhere. There's little bits of stardust in all of us. We are all everything. So pick whichever one resonates. Love it. All right, let's see what the last card is. Which values are asking to be analyzed? Card number 3 is number 9, Sacred Medicine. It's the name of the deck. This is calling. The call to step into your role as a healer, visionary, and seer in this world is becoming louder and more insistent. You have inherited ancestral gifts, lived a lifetime of teachings, and received wisdom from many guides. Oh, Greg, didn't you say all 3, but maybe 3? You are currently walking through a fire of initiation to shake up self-doubt and fear of visibility. It is no small feat to share the fullness of who you are with the world, and the time has come to do so. If you choose not to listen, the call will only increase in volume. If it has never felt safe for you to share your sacred medicine with the world, be kind to yourself. It can take a lot of courage and love to open up about vulnerable feelings. You are invited to hold compassion for fear or insecurity. Please know that this is a normal part of expansion, and the only way to hone your craft is with practice. This card is here to show you that you are a medicine keeper, and the ways you can share with the world are abundant. Your gifts are meant to be put into action in tangible ways now. All you need to do is show up authentically, and know that your presence is so much more than enough. Yeah, you guys are going nuts about this last card. Yeah. Which values are asking to be analyzed? How much you value your own sacred medicine. That can help you with like a pros and cons list. If you are, like, because I've been here, right, where I have this thing that I want to share with the world, but I talk myself out of it because, like there's people out there that know more than me. No one's going to want to listen to me. I babble too much, blah, 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 blah. But like, I found my people, you guys found me. And the same, once you start sharing your gift, your people will find you. You'll find your people. There's people out there for everyone, okay? There's an audience for everyone. Where was I going with that? Hang on, I got this. Values are being asked to be analyzed. Yeah, what do you value about this gift, right? Because you can have all these thoughts about like, okay, I have this ability to heal the world. I have this information to share with the world that can help people become the best. What do I value about that? And how does that compare to how much I value about being the best, like being good enough, like what's the weight of the two different values? Greg says, whoa. Jean, okay, that's the second time I've heard Stardust referenced today. That's awesome. Greg says, ding. Nick, oh my god, 2 and 3. Suzanne, OMG. Christine, all 3. Chandra, wow, thank you. All 3 have resonated with me. It is exactly what is going on with me. So cool. Cynthia, so fitting for me, starting a Reiki business. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Greg, holy smokes, fitting for me too as I work on launching on Insight Timer. Greg and I were talking about that during his reading. Yeah. Suzanne, fear of visibility hit like lightning. What does that mean? Fear of visibility hit like lightning, so like exploding that fear? Anik, this is so timely for me and directly speaks to sharing Reiki. I am more than enough. Wow. Yeah. Thank you, Christine, for your donation. Once you start expressing your gift, right? That word gift, though, to me, like, feels weird. Because when you are first starting out, it feels like you don't have a gift. It feels like you're just doing something that you just want to do or that you like doing. Once you start sharing whatever you have that can benefit others, right? That has the potential to benefit others. Because you're not going to be for everyone, and that's great. You're not supposed to be for everyone. You're supposed to be your specific niched self so that your people can find you and resonate deeply with your authenticity. But once you start sharing that gift out to the universe, once you start sharing your abilities, your knowledge, your healing works, whatever it is, the universe sets it up for you. And it sends you people that will teach you lessons. It sends you opportunities to practice your work. It sends you teachers and mentors. Like it's so affirming that you're on the right path because things just keep getting dropped into your life, and it happens to everyone. It's wonderful. And then this is where I'm not going to go on that big of a tangent, but this is where I come back to that. Nothing is good or bad, right? Sometimes the universe sends you a lesson when you start sharing your gifts. And if you think like, oh, that was a bad interaction, I'm not supposed to be here. Was it bad? Or was it just to teach you how to refine what you're doing? Joy, love the connection between all these messages. Yeah, earth, home, ancestors, healing. It's all, and I feel like this is all just right here. It's all in your soul, in your heart. Suzanne just really struck a chord. Karen, it feels like this whole reading was just for me. Wait, we have one more card. We have one more message from a different deck. Cynthia, exciting, says Anik. I've been waiting for the right time to do the same, to start your business. Yeah, no rush. There's no rush. Just feel. Just go with your intuition and watch it unfold. It's beautiful. Greg, our wisdom and unique perspective, yeah. Diane, oof, on point for me, all three of them. You have Virgo in the 3rd and 4th house, and all of these cards are in direct alignment as I just launched a business and moved back home. Wow, you're following astrology. You are flowing with the universe. That's great. Karen, I'm ready to open my own Reiki business as well. That's great. And just start. And don't worry if it's the right thing to do or if that's like your end all be all. I started this as a Reiki business. I do Reiki maybe once a month, twice a month. I'm all astrology at this point. You know, I just followed my passion. I followed at that time in my life a few years ago. I was all about Reiki. And that's what that's how I started this. And now it's not even there, but like it helped me. It ushered me in the right direction. So just follow your highest excitement all the time. Detach from the outcome. Suzanne, I woke up in time for the first card and they all have hit home. April says, Jacqui, from comments above, you are giving others courage to do the exact same thing. Find our tribes to share to, even in Insight Timer. Yeah, your people are there. Once you start sharing, your people just show up. Once you start sharing, they just show up. Thank you, Melinda, for your donation. I appreciate it. Feels good to get the process started. Yeah. Suzanne says, I've been writing secretly and really struggling to show anyone. Not sure where it's going, just trying to trust the process. There's some, and like that helped me also. I don't know. There's someone out there who wants to hear what you have to say. And there's people out there that could care less about what you have to say. But the less energy you give to the people against you, like I've never gotten hate. Just kidding. I have. On my YouTube channel, I have some TikTok videos that I made about crystals, and I share like the crystal properties. And I put them on TikTok and they did okay. And then I was like, well, I could put them on my YouTube also. And there's a lot of hate on YouTube about my crystal videos. And a lot of people will just comment like, that's not real. That doesn't do anything. Oh, look at you claiming that this is going to save everyone's life. And I just answer with, thanks for your opinion. Because that's all it is. It is an opinion. It's literally just an opinion. So when people hate on you, like, cool. But yeah, anywhere else though, that's the only place that I've ever gotten hate. Because I just don't attract it. And you don't have to attract it either. I could talk for days and days and days. I just want you guys to know that you are entirely capable of doing whatever you want to do. It's like what they taught you in elementary school, but like I've lived it and it's real. And you can literally do whatever you want to do. It's all about your mindset and your belief system. And you can change it. You have the ability to change your mindset. Thank you so much, Anique, for your donation. I appreciate it. Aaron, look at the puppo. Yeah, Darla. Lynn, I have gathered confidence to continue writing my book. Finally. Yes, trying to detach from the outcome. I get so nervous then. Yeah, nervousness and excitement are the same thing. They feel the same. You get to tell yourself which one you're feeling. Christine, I love seeing Darla so relaxed. I want that to be my life. She had to go through some hardships to get to this relaxed state. If you guys weren't here earlier, I was saying we got her when she was 3.5, and she's missing a leg. We don't know the backstory, right? The adoption center didn't have her backstory, but just knowing her and being in her energy, like she went through a significant trauma. And then she came out of it and she's like, well, I don't really have to worry about all that stuff. I'm just gonna sleep all day. And all she does is sit by trees and she smells the air and she loves to look at the lake and she just watches the chickens. Like she's mama. She's Southern mama energy. But like she had to go through that dark night of the soul, right? The whole thing. We're gonna, okay, so we also, Venus is moving through Virgo. That's what our whole talk is about today. But as she steps in, Saturn is opposing her. Saturn is staring at her from across the sky, making sure that she's responsible with what she's doing. All the cards that we just talked about. So let's get a message from Saturn regarding Venus transiting through Virgo. And so we're asking the Star Codes Astro Oracle for a message from Saturn. So feel free to send your energy into these cards, asking Saturn for a message regarding Venus transiting through Virgo. If you guys have been enjoying today's session, if you'd like to offer an energy exchange in the form of a donation, they're always appreciated, never expected. If you would like to offer your energy in a different way, you can follow me on Insight Timer. Hi, Thomas. Nice to see you. You can follow me on my socials, which are all available in my link tree, which you can find in my Insight Timer bio. Yeah, my link tree holds a whole bunch of stuff that I do. You can listen to my podcast there. You can find my website and book donation-based services there. You can find my TikTok there. You can sign up for my newsletter there. You can see the, oh my gosh, I never talk about this. My business is on TV. I have like a little 2-minute segment of lakeside living and what I do and all that stuff. The YouTube video is available through my link tree, so you can watch that. Yeah. Your healing is my healing. Your energy is my energy, vice versa. When you guys like comment on my YouTube videos and share them with people, it helps and I appreciate it. And everything. When you guys follow me on TikTok, I appreciate it. It makes me want to post more short form content. Because you guys know, I can babble. And TikTok forces me to condense my messages. So that's it. It's all learning. Karen and Anne and Jessica and Suzanne, thank you so much for your donations. Very much appreciated. All right, we're asking Saturn. Saturn's being stubborn today. Yeah, as soon as I just had to call him out, and then he was like, "Fine, here's your card." Oh, that's so funny. All right, so we are asking Saturn for a message just regarding this whole Venus through Virgo transit. So for the next month, what does Saturn want us to know? Thank you, Thomas. Appreciated. Saturn brings us the message of Uranus. Change. Jennifer, I'll answer that after I read this. And thank you, Donna, for your donation. Uranus acts like a cosmic clutch. It takes us out of one year, and after some chaos, shifts us into a new one. Uranus is the modern co-ruler of Aquarius and takes 84 years to round the zodiac. The other planet that rules Aquarius is Saturn. So interesting that Saturn brought this Uranus card out, because together they both rule Aquarius. Uranus was the first planet we discovered once the telescope broke the boundary of our known solar system and coincided with the Industrial Revolution, when many technical and cultural assumptions broke apart. It embodies difference and eccentricity as it rotates in the opposite direction of most other planets, and at an approximate right angle to them, with one pole pointing toward the sun. Is our resident astronomer here still? Because isn't Venus the other planet that rotates opposite? And we're in a reading about Venus. Surprise or be surprised. Be ready to shift gears. It's time to experiment and try a fresh approach or a new road entirely. If your life were a garden, now would be the time to scatter handfuls of diverse seeds, water them all, and see what grows robustly, and weed the rest later. Urgent anxiety can be a symptom of Uranian restlessness. So rather than just flailing about, look for the root cause and ask what change would actually solve this problem. I like that part. What looks like a disaster may bring a wild opportunity. If you are thrown a sudden or shocking change, assume that you are being tossed out of the nest into a potentially heroic journey. Chaos can be an important catalyst, an unnerving moment caught between forms. The discomfort allows and propels you to transform. Become your most authentic, eccentric self. You are just what is needed. Uranus also encourages technical upgrades and a cutting-edge approach, whether that means acquiring new equipment or new skills. Thomas, toss me now. And then these cards come with a challenge and a gift. So the challenge for this card, Uranus electrifies. It may feel like your finger is stuck in an electrical socket. You are anxious to change, but you can spin your wheels until you shift into the new gear. And the gift, prepare for an evolutionary leap. Shocking circumstances can force you to engage gifts you didn't know you had and help you transform. You are not those external attributes in transformation. You will not dissolve. A caterpillar is still internally the same creature once it becomes a butterfly. Oh, so it's just about changing your circumstances. Changing your beliefs, and that soul, that spirit part of you is still the same. All right, just a few things that are going through my mind right now that I want to make note of. We asked for a message from Saturn. He gave us Uranus. Those two planets rule Aquarius. We're in the age of Aquarius right now. Humanitarian, community, collaboration. We're asking Saturn for a message about Venus. Venus is the ruler of all, like Libra, we talked about that, but Venus is the ruler of Taurus. That's where Uranus is in the sky right now. I just wanted to mention those connections because that means a lot. So Saturn so I'm asking for Saturn because Saturn is opposing Venus right as she walks into Virgo. And he's making sure that she's responsible as she analyzes where her values are in regards to her home, in regards to her ancestors, and in regards to how she shares her sacred medicine. Saturn is keeping us on track, making sure that we analyze our values effectively. The message that Saturn has, though, is Uranus. Change it up. do something radically different that you normally wouldn't do. And that could be by redefining your values, you might figure out like, wow, I actually value my freedom more than I value seeing other people happy. So if I feed my value of freedom, where is that going to take me? How is that going to change my life? What trajectory is that going to place me on? Yeah, what do you guys think? That's what I got from that card. Jennifer says, I love your pillow. I think it's new. That's a pillow cover, actually, that a friend gifted to me. And I had it upstairs on my couch, and I'm like, this doesn't fit at all. It's totally Reiki room pillow. Yeah, Thomas, toss me now. My rising sign is Aquarius. Saturn sits on my ascendant. So, like, Saturn and Uranus, they're my boys. Like, those are my two favorite planets. So that tossed me now, Thomas. I think this is why I'm an apocalyptimist. Like, I know the world's going crazy and it's going down the tubes, but I'm like, let's bring it. What can we make out of this? Ronnie, astronomer here. Yes to your question on Venus. And from Earth, it has phases as the moon. Just Venus or Uranus also? And yeah, that's interesting, right, that Uranus is quirky and different because it spins opposite of the other planets. And we're asking for a message about Venus moving through Virgo, and Venus is the other planet that spins in the opposite direction. Joy says it sounds like a phoenix rising from the ashes. Yeah, it's chaos. It's chaos. But are you afraid or excited? You could be both. What do you want to act on? Where are you choosing to act from? Jennifer, you're so brilliant, Jackie. Thank you. Did you know that you can only see in other people what you hold inside of yourself? Because if it didn't exist inside yourself, it wouldn't be a concept that you understood. Blood Swan says resonating. Greg says it's spot on. Blood Swan, being encouraged to maybe return to my work on Insight Timer. I've been in insurance and it hasn't made me any money either. The money thing. Ugh. I'm going through a whole money mindset thing, and I can't wait until I have enough to teach on it. The more you follow your passions, the money just shows up. The more you try to make money the way that we were taught to make money, the less you bring in. My experience. Thank you, Ronnie. Uranus also has seasons. It's too far for me to go. Christine is also a rising Aquarius. Maybe that's why I get you so much. Yeah. We have similar expressions of the houses, right? Because our houses are very closely lined up. So the way that like you view your family is similar to how I view my family, and our work and our responsibility, it's similar. My husband's also a rising Aquarius, and I think that that's why he and I get along. Taurus, Sagittarius, in conjunct. Doesn't work, but we line up on a whole bunch of stuff. Suzanne says, this whole reading, Jackie, Uranus transiting my 12th house in Taurus, shaking things up. Shaking up your like Taurus is so grounded, like your predictability in letting ego go. Suzanne, I bet you've been having an interesting, exciting, Uranic few years of releasing shadow stuff. Thanks, Ronnie. She says, more of your insight. Are you a girl, Ronnie? I just realized that could be both. More of your insight I do want. I'm following. Thank you. Christine says, get a chart reading from Jackie. It's truly amazing. Thanks, Christine. It's fun. Mail. Good to know, Ronnie. I got that. Sorry. Suzanne, it's been crazy. Yeah. Everything's always crazy. It's great. I don't want to go too far because I don't want to blab. I've already been here for extra time than I promised to be here. I respect your time. I respect my time. I will be back tomorrow. And what am I talking about tomorrow? Tomorrow we're going to talk about... Not on there. Oh, Pluto stationing direct. Pluto is switching direction in the sky. That's big. And there's Pluto-Mars square. We'll talk about that tomorrow. And we'll talk about Mars entering Scorpio tomorrow. And then on Wednesday, that's going to be a pretty long chat because Wednesday is going to be the last day that I'm here until November. So I'm going to give you a whole overview of the rest of October. I'll try to keep it concise, but I get excited about this stuff and I just want to keep talking and stuff keeps coming through, so I just want to keep saying it. Ronnie, I forgot it could be either. Yeah. Actually one of my favorite students was a girl named Ronnie. And I liked her because she was a 6th grader and she would wear Misfits sweatshirts to school, and I was like, you're cool. Greg, we love your blab. Thank you. Melinda, wonderful reading today. Thank you. Cynthia, first time here. Not understanding the houses. That's okay. Is there something you recommend that I can read to catch up on it? Well, thanks for asking, Cynthia. I do have a course on Insight Timer. My course is called Astrology 101. So it's 13 days. Each day is right around 10 minutes. They're not that long. And I give you just a general overview of what astrology is. And my intention is so that you can keep up and be with me when I'm pointing you to places in your chart. Yeah, I recommend you start there, and then just the internet. Whatever you're called to, whatever you happen to find when you do your own research is meant for you. Christine, namaste. Anik, are the yads done? I didn't check particularly. Yes. Yeah, they've moved on. It's common for them to come. It was uncommon that there were 3 yads at once, but yes, they have moved on. Thank you, Susan and Christine, letting Cynthia know how to learn. Yes, I'm here the same time when I'm here, 8:15 Central Time. Ronnie says you were bringing the spirit side. Great mix with my science of astronomy. Yeah, cool. I'd love to have you back. TJ, Wednesday, gonna need to get all the talk out before your retreat. I'll see how my senioritis is doing that day. I'm so prone to senioritis. I know a vacation is coming and I'm like, I'm done. I'm already gone. I don't need to do anything else. I also recommend a box of cards called Positive Astrology, says Bonnie, to use while taking the class. Yeah, Bonnie loves those Positive Astrology cards. Thanks, Joy. You also love my course. Debbie says, have a wonderful trip. We'll miss you. Thanks, Debbie. Blood Swan, to book an appointment with me, you can go into my Insight Timer profile. Actually, heal.me/Jacqui. Heal.me/Jacqui. But take the spaces out. I just can't put a link in the chat. That's where you book with me. Or you can go into my Insight Timer profile, check out my link tree, and then all my links are there. Oh, that's because I'm going out of town, Blood Swan. Yeah, my next appointment is mid-November. Sorry. I'm booked. People love me. I love it. Namaste, Anik. Thanks, Greg. Says worth the wait. All right, guys. I've been blabbing for too long today. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for being here. I encourage you to evaluate your values as far as your sense of home, who you are, how much do you value the ancestral line that has brought you to where you are, and then your own sacred medicine. How do you value what you have to share? It is very valuable. Even if other people are doing the exact same thing that you do, you still have your own flavor. You still do it your own way. I had a chart reading last week. I had a new astrologer take his eyes on my chart, and I was blown away. I love collaborating with people that do the same thing that I do. Competition is at the bottom. Collaboration is at the top. Sending love to all. Namaste. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning.